Welcome to our June President's Update. I hope you're all having a great start to your summer. So let's start with some kudos and recognize the great work of our student records team. Our reverse transfer graduate total has crossed the 500 mark, 567 to be exact, which means 567 students earned an Ivy Tech associate degree en route to their bachelor's degree. For those that are not as familiar with reverse transfer, that means students who transfer credits to another college or university before earning their associate degree with us at Ivy Tech. Once that student is at the 4-year and has earned enough credits to qualify for their associate's degree, they can send Ivy Tech their transcripts. Once confirmed, Ivy Tech will then award the student the associate degree that they can use while they're still pursuing that bachelor's degree. It's a great opportunity for the student to earn a credential for the work they have done so far. And data shows that those students who complete the associate degree while working on their bachelor's are actually more likely to graduate than other students. So thanks goes to Michael Stacy and her team, including Jamal Burnside and Chad Perez. And we just learned today that this team, along with Drew Lurker, helped Ivy Tech earn College Source's SORCE Best Practices Award for our Advanced Reverse Transfer Degree Granting Initiative. So congratulations, Student Records team. All right, next, I wanted to share with you an update on the progress of the Systems Office restructure. On May 20th, I shared with our Systems Office staff a high-level view of our new organizational structure, realigning our structure to best partner with campuses, aligning with our strategic plan, and improving communication, decision-making, and transparency was very critical. The organizational chart that you'll see on the screen currently just lists departments and is not really a full chart that drills down. That will be forthcoming in the future. While this chart may look different than your campus organizational chart, the intent is not to mirror campuses, but rather to better support the functions on our campuses. So what did we solve in the restructure? Well, we elevated and built out an equity and inclusion function. We're putting college resources and making an investment behind our newly added Goal 8 in diversity, equity, and belonging. We know as a college there's additional work to be done there. We've built a more comprehensive academic affairs function with a stronger focus on student success and curriculum. We've placed structure around Strategic Plan Goal 2, recruitment and enrollment, within operations oversight. We've aligned the new career coaching and employer connections from Strategic Plan Goal 4 within workforce and career functions. We've provided chancellors direct reporting to the president and a voice on cabinet. And we've created a broader business affairs function that goes beyond finance. I want to thank all of you for your patience as we have carefully studied and then redesigned the Systems Office structure. Be assured it happened with great care for the impact it would have on each team member as we strive to organize ourselves in a way that really helps our college better serve the mission of our students, our employers, the community, the state, and of course all of those within. Now I have some great news to celebrate in regards to our HLC accreditation, and I've invited Marcus Kolb, Associate Vice President for College Accreditation, Academic Quality, and Learning Assessment, to give us an update. Dr. Kolb, welcome back.
Thank you, Dr. Elsperman. I'm with you today to share some preliminary good news from our accreditation visit in April. The draft team report we received on May 14th suggested that we met 20 of the 21 core components for accreditation. The remaining core component, assessment of student learning, was met with concerns, indicating that the team felt we were on our way to fulfilling our obligations in this component, but we still have some work to do. All in all, this is a very strong result for the college, reflecting the hard work all of you put into preparing for the visit and the excellence of our ongoing efforts in supporting student success. The assessment comments from the team challenge us to measure student learning both in and out of the classroom, and then use that measurement to improve our teaching, our curriculum, and our assessment methods. It's not simply enough to check on what students have learned at the conclusion of a lesson, a student activity, a course, or a program. We must then make change based upon what we learned from measuring, and then begin the cycle of measuring and making change again. This work is ongoing, systematic, and should be embedded in our practice as common and regular as things like taking attendance or offering exams. So we will begin work on further building our culture of assessment. With work underway to build our own assessment of general education, measure co-curricular student learning, as well as the Gateway course assessment work, we have some good models to expand and some leadership waiting to push us forward. In 4 years, in 2023, as is required from any accredited institution, the Higher Learning Commission will expect a mid-cycle review report from us. And in that report, we'll need to be ready to share strong evidence and tell good stories about all the assessment work that we have built and fostered since the visit 2 months ago. Expect to hear more about this work and your role in it in the very near future. Finally, please bear in mind that the report results I've just shared are in draft form and do not yet represent the final outcome for the college. As such, we won't be talking about these results publicly. We hope to be able to do so later this summer. In the meantime, once again, please accept my thanks for your commitment to our success in this process.
Marcus, thank you. And thank you to all of our team, as we really did have a strong reaccreditation visit and should be very, very proud. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, next, I'm thrilled today to be joined by Chris Cathcart, the Vice Chancellor for Student Success at our Fort Wayne campus, to give us an update on the Titans and our athletics initiatives. Chris, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Elspermann. In 2017, the Fort Wayne campus undertook an initiative to pilot the state's first intercollegiate athletics program. The pilot focused on the launch of a men's baseball team that would compete as a member of the National Junior College Athletics Association, NJCAA. Baseball was selected based on the strong interest of the local Northeast Indiana community. The established goals of the program were to recruit an identified demographic of students by providing a desired pathway to college education, retain and educate students through a social cohort with increased support and academic interventions, and increase community engagement. We had a great 2 years of learning, which led to a wildly successful program and produced positive impacts on recruitment of new students, retention, and community partnerships. Here's how we look so far compared to our goals. Some of the highlights from the past 2 years include completion of two winning official seasons with wins against nationally ranked college teams, doubled student athletic recruits from fall 2017 to fall 2018, increased positive media for the Fort Wayne campus, highlighting the achievements and more community partners supporting our efforts. And of course, seeing 17 of our student athletes earn credentials. So what's next for Ivy Tech's intercollegiate athletics? In April of 2019, the State Board of Trustees approved the Fort Wayne campus to move beyond the pilot and pursue full participation in intercollegiate athletics. As a result, the Fort Wayne campus will seek to add programs to support gender equity goals that are matched with the interest of the community. The specific goal will be to continue to meet the student success metrics as done in the pilot and ensure compliance with all regulations that govern intercollegiate athletics. It's been a great 2 years building the foundation of success for the future of intercollegiate athletics at Ivy Tech. We look forward to introducing the women's volleyball team to further create a lasting legacy that provides positive outcomes for students and the communities we serve for years to come. The Fort Wayne campus is excited to knock this next phase of our growth out of the park and many future baseball or athletics-related puns.
Awesome, Chris. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the update and for leading a great initiative on our Fort Wayne campus. You know, I've personally met with many of the players, and they have amazingly big hearts with a dedication to playing baseball, earning good grades. We had several 4.0s in the group, and engaging in community service. We all look forward to hearing more about the plans for expansion at Fort Wayne, and good luck this coming season. Well, I'm joined next by Kristen Moreland, Vice President for Strategic Initiatives and Change Management. Kristen leads a unique program, the Strategic Plan Rotational Leadership Program, and I wanted her to share more about the program and the opportunity. Kristen is also joined by Vanessa Fritz from our Evansville campus, and Emery Peck from the Muncie campus. Welcome all.
Thank you, Sue. So a strategic plan is only a plan. It lives in the decisions and the choices that we make every day. The Strategic Rotational Leadership, or SRL program, is intended to help develop Ivy Tech's leadership capacity by providing a meaningful development opportunity, as well as provide guidance to the teams working directly on our college's strategic initiatives. Today I have with me two current strategic leads, one soon to be retiring lead, Vanessa Fritz. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, I'm Vanessa Fritz. I am assigned to Goal 7, which is community, and I'm the program chair of Life and Physical Sciences on the Evansville campus.
Okay, and one new lead, Emery Peck.
Hi, I'm Emery Peck. I'm from the Muncie campus. I'm assigned to Goal 2, which is recruitment and enrollment, and I am our executive director of strategic outcomes and innovation.
Great. So welcome, guys. Can you share with us exactly what a strategic rotational leader does?
An SRL is responsible for the upkeep of the strategic plan goal and continued focus of work through tactic assessment to ensure and improve the progress of the college's priorities.
The lead does so through facilitating monthly meetings, participating in strategy planning, communicating goal progress to top leadership, and oftentimes working directly on the strategy teams. During my time as an SRL, I have done all of the above and more, and it has been a great experience working so closely with my colleagues across the state.
So with all that work, and you do that and then some, what do you feel your impact has been on the college's strategic plan?
Well, as a rotational lead, I get to have a broad view of the college's goals and initiatives across the state, and I have a direct impact on how those initiatives are reached.
I think of it similar to that as the work of a co-pilot. You don't have direct impact on everything, but you get to course correct and inform others to make best decisions that will improve the college as a whole.
Okay, great. So why did you guys decide to become a rotational lead, and what do you think are some of the benefits?
Well, I wanted to have a bigger picture of the college's work beyond my department, and this experience has been an eye-opener on how much work we are truly doing to serve the state of Indiana. As for benefits, the rotational leadership has been some of the best professional development I have ever received. I have honed so many skills in leadership that I wouldn't have elsewhere in the college.
I'm always looking for opportunities to better improve the practices at my home campus. So as an SRL, I have that opportunity to see all those best practices that are done throughout the state and bring them home and really get into the guts of what our strategic plan is.
Okay. So what kind of encouragement would you guys give someone who's considering applying for the Strategic Rotation Leadership Program?
Well, I would say don't be afraid or nervous to try this position. It's too good of an opportunity to miss out on.
Yes, get involved now. There's a multitude of experiences, advancement, and growth opportunities that are just too good to pass up on.
Okay, well, thanks to you both. And so, Vanessa, you're with us for a few more months, right?
That is correct, until August.
Until August, and
yes.
Emery's staying with us for another 6 months. So.
Or a year,
or
2
a year,
years.
until I tell you we're done. Okay. Okay, so we'll have Emery, but then we also have 4 other rotational leads who will be retiring and reaching the end, so we'll have a total of 5 vacancies. And the application actually went out today via email, so look in your emails for that. I encourage you to apply if you're interested in having the same experience that these two did. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, Kristen, Emery, and Vanessa. So now we move on into our next piece with Andy Bown, our Senior Vice President and Chief Operating Officer, to give us an update on campus designations. Andy, welcome.
Thank you, Sue. So in the summer of 2017, we rolled out the campus classification process, which designated our locations across the state as a campus or a site, or what we all call C1, C2, C3, and S1 and S2. We assessed all campuses and sites based on the following criteria: enrollment, completions, population, and workforce demand. The criteria are really a blend of factors that some are within our control, and there are other external factors that inform how we serve our communities. When the campus classification process was established, we built in a way for campuses to move up or down depending on their performance related to these specific criteria. The process calls for an annual review for each campus, and we conducted the first review last fall. The two campuses had performed that would potentially move them up in classification, or what we call a rising campus. The third campus, their performance has moved downward, and what we call a falling campus. Whether we identify a campus as rising or falling, the campus would not move to that new classification unless it maintained that higher or lower level of performance over a second consecutive year. During the current fiscal year, as we've watched the performance of the falling campus, unfortunately it became clear that the campus continued to struggle. So therefore, last month we met with the campus board of trustees and campus leaders at the Michigan City campus to inform them they are officially moving to a site status given the continued decline in performance and from a financial perspective. Effective July 1, Michigan City will become a site that is connected with the Valparaiso campus. We believe that students will be better served with the combined resources of Valparaiso and the Michigan City team. As we move forward, a campus vice chancellor will be selected to lead the Michigan City site, and in fact, I believe that announcement went out today. Campus classifications are an internal recognition of relative size and staffing structure. The Michigan City campus and LaPorte County are very important to us as a college. So let me be very clear. We are absolutely committed to maintaining their presence and in serving the students, employers, and communities of LaPorte County. So you may be wondering, what about those two rising campuses? We will conduct the annual review later this summer or early in the fall to determine whether or not the two campuses have continued the relative performance gains and will move upward to the next level of campus. Once we know more about these two campuses, we will certainly let you know.
Thank you, Andy. And just to reiterate, our commitment remains with Michigan City. Proud of our employees there, proud of the work we do in Michigan City, and we look forward to this linking arms of Valparaiso and Michigan City to ever better serve the people of LaPorte County. So
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Andy, for sharing that.
Thank you.
So as we shared during our April President's Update, we now have a new vision for how we will deliver career development at the college. After a year of research and planning involving folks from across the college, we will be launching our Career Coaching and Employer Connections, CCEC, teams this fall. Our Senior Vice President of Workforce Alignment, Chris Lowry, has led the development of this vision, and our Executive Director of Workforce Operations, Dr. Stacy Townsley, has been coordinating the day-to-day work up to this point. I've asked Stacy to join me today to share what will happen over the next months. Stacy, welcome.
Thank you, Sue, for the opportunity to talk about career coaching and employer connections and what it will mean for our students. The request for participation to be an Alpha campus has been released, and campuses are working on their proposals. In their proposals, campuses are indicating their willingness to participate in the development of how we will operationalize the CCCEC college-wide. A team of senior Ivy Tech leaders, a significant employer partner, and a state government leader will be selecting 4 to 6 campuses in late July to serve as Alpha campuses. These CCEC teams bring together existing efforts around career development and employer outreach, including supporting employers to meet their workforce needs and moving towards a cohesive model of student and employer engagement. So, what does this mean for our students? It will start before they even apply to Ivy Tech. Here's how we've modeled it around an associate degree seeking student. Let's call her Jasmine. I want to share what her Ivy Tech experience will be like at a campus with a career coaching and employer connections team in place. Even before Jasmine enrolls at Ivy Tech, career exploration tools and local and regional labor market data will be provided to her online and through printed materials. She can research job projections, wage data, and read about highlighted jobs, those for which there are lots of job openings and offer pay above Indiana's median income, and related Ivy Tech programs of study. After completing the Ivy Tech application, Jasmine takes a more targeted career clarity assessment to ensure she has knowledge and understanding of the field she would like to enter. After discussing the results with an advisor, Jasmine enrolls in a program aligned with her skills, interests, and desired career outcomes. Prior to classes starting, she participates in the mandatory major-specific orientation focused on career outcomes. She has several questions about the program she selected and is able to talk with a career coach to answer her questions. As part of the orientation process, Jasmine develops her career action plan. The career action plan, which aligns with her academic completion plan, sets up activities and completion dates for specific career preparation milestones throughout her time at Ivy Tech. With assistance from the CCEC team, Jasmine manages and tracks her progress through each of the career action plan milestones. She drafts a resume by credit 15, updating and editing by credit milestones 30, 45, and 60. She creates a professional networking profile like LinkedIn by credit 15, also updating by every 15 credit milestone. She has ongoing interview prep and participates in mock interviews with staff and employers at least 3 times during her Ivy Tech career. She develops and learns how to articulate transferable employability skills through targeted course modules and classroom experiences. And she connects to a career placement platform and has at least 1 work and learn experience with an employer by credit 45. Thanks to the partnership of the Career Coaching and Employer Connections team with other faculty and staff, Jasmine's Career Action Plan brings intentionality to her finding the right academic program that aligns with her interests and aligns her interests with a meaningful career and strong wages, completing her program on schedule, and securing a job in her field of study. Now, these outcomes happen for many of our students now, but for too many students, this doesn't happen. With the new Career Coaching and Employer Connections model, we intend for all Ivy Tech students to connect with the right program into the best career from the very beginning of their time with us.
The journey that Jasmine has taken and shown here is wonderful, and we appreciate that visual to show us how she's progressed. Now, tell us a little more about what we can expect in this next academic year with those Alpha campuses.
Well, much of our time will be spent learning what works and what doesn't, and what we might want to change from our vision. These Alpha campuses will help us refine a model that can be implemented college-wide. One example, job descriptions. As you can see in the request for participation documentation, we have titles for the roles with a campus CCEC office, but we don't yet have full job descriptions. The systems office team, including HR, will develop the job descriptions, and Alpha campuses will have the ability to assist with the refinement of those job descriptions. That's just the beginning of many program-specific details that will be developed and refined throughout the coming year.
Thank you, Stacy. And we certainly look forward to hearing how this Alpha implementation goes and which campuses will be participating. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, as part of the President's Update tradition, I'm pleased to have Chancellor Kathy Lee with us today to tell us more about the Indianapolis campus and its service area. Kathy, thanks for joining us, and please tell us more about your background and then the team here in Indy.
Thanks, Sue. I'm proud to say that my career started as a result of an associate degree in respiratory therapy. I was fortunate to work at Riley Hospital for Children and then St. Francis before I came to Ivy Tech as faculty in 1985. Then I became program chair, then I became dean of health and public services, and then vice chancellor of academics, and I've been serving proudly as chancellor since 2012.
Well, now tell us about your service area and the strength of your campus and the community.
How long do I get? There's a lot, but I'll say a few. Ivy Tech in central Indiana serves 9 counties, and it is a large and very growing service area with locations in Avon, Franklin, Greencastle, downtown Indianapolis, of course, Lawrence, Mooresville, Noblesville, and Shelbyville. I think when folks think of Indianapolis, or when we're mentioned, that they forget that we serve all of central Indiana's vibrant communities. Each of them brings their own strength to the table. For instance, Ivy Tech Noblesville has partnered with Gaylor Electric to organize the Hamilton County Workforce Innovation Network. That partnership resulted in a $1.4 million Skill Up Indiana grant. Our Greencastle location will be celebrating its 10-year anniversary coming up this fall, so keep an eye out for some more celebration information on that. And on May 9th, this past month, the first cohort of Advantage Shelby County program graduated.
I was privileged to get to be there, but for others who don't know what Advantage Shelby County is, could you tell us about it?
Sure. Advantage Shelby County is a 2-year college scholarship program at Ivy Tech Shelbyville that increases the educational attainment and workforce readiness for the Shelby County High School graduates. It is one of the shining examples within the state because the students need the community and the community needs these students.
So what do you see the benefits to the students?
The students receive gap funding to cover all the costs that aren't covered by their state, federal, or institutional aid. All a student has to do is pay for the books, and the rest is handled directly. In fact, a student never sees a bill for tuition.
That's terrific. But what about the eligibility requirements?
Well, when the requirements were written, the program was intentionally written to be a guaranteed pathway for the high school students of Shelby County. And so it is an all-inclusive scholarship for them. To qualify, a student must only be a graduate of a Shelby County high school, have a minimum of 2.0 GPA, and be enrolled as a full-time Ivy Tech student.
Then are there further requirements of the student while they're in school with us?
Yes, and this is the part I think that's exciting. To remain in the program, the students have to continue to reside in Shelby County, maintain a 2.0, but they must also meet satisfactory academic progress and participate in at least 10 hours of community service each semester and participate in a local mentoring program.
Then what is Shelby County's role in the program?
So just as the students are the next generation of Shelby County's workforce, the community is a very essential part of this program's success. While the students must complete their 10 service hours to participate in the program, the community provides those service hours and the mentorship opportunities. The community shares employment opportunities and real-life learning experiences with the students. Members of the community conduct workshops for the students, like resume building or soft skills workshops, and they provide internship opportunities.
So now that the program has successfully been in place for 2 years, can you share some of the highlights?
Sure. One of the main reasons Advantage Shelby was implemented was to increase the county's educational attainment. Since the program's inception, we have more than doubled in size. It started with 70 students in the fall of 2016. We're now at 153 for the fall of 2019. And also, the first cohort graduated 100% on time and increased the county's college attainment rate by 5.1%.
Wow. I know there are campuses out there thinking, how do we do that? But they've learned and they've grown and they've set high expectations. And thank you to the Indy campus for giving them such care, having been there and seen the students and the commitment of all partners. It's not even a surprise that 100% of the students have succeeded. So thank you, and thanks for all you're doing, Kathy, in serving Central Indiana.
You are welcome.
Well, We're coming to summer, we think, if the weather will participate, but the Black Expo Summer Celebration is one of our state's largest events and a great way for Ivy Tech to showcase our wide range of programs in an experiential way. While it's held in Indianapolis, potential students of all ages and from across the entire state come to this event. We are currently looking for volunteers for Ivy Tech booths at the Black Expo Summer Celebration, which will be held at the Indianapolis Convention Center in downtown Indianapolis, July 19th through the 21st. Spots are filling up, but we still need a few volunteers in areas such as design technology, welding simulation, surgical technology, supply chain, and more. To sign up and learn more, visit my Ivy. I will tell you, you will have a great time if you come. We hope to see you there. Well, as we conclude this month's President's Update, we come to the end of an academic year. And I'd like to just say thank you. Thank you for the amazing results we're beginning to see with our completions, growth in completions and enrollments, the completion of our accreditation visit, and your efforts to ever serve our students, employers, and communities better. And I appreciate your hard work as we continue to transform the college and the way you take care of one another as we do that work together. Well, now I'm going to ask you to mark your calendars for our next President's Update, which will not be until August. I know many are going, oh, right now. But we will take a month off, as many of you will take some time off, and we hope that you do. But we will come back in August to kick off the new academic year, so save the date for Friday, August the 30th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great weekend, have a great summer, and thanks for joining us today.